Tonight, the chain reaction crash, multiple pileups reported on highways across the Northeast. Whiteout conditions from Ohio to New York. More than 20 vehicles involved in multiple chain reaction crashes. More than a foot of snow already falling near Buffalo, New York, with more on the way. The deep freeze from Chicago to the Northeast all the way down to Florida. And tonight in Washington, D.C., the national Christmas tree coming down in the wind. And what's coming in the morning now? Rob Marciano tracking it all. Also tonight from Israel, the images coming in, a dozen hostages released by Hamas, but no Americans among them. Where are they? And how much longer will this truce last? As we learn now, the CIA director is in the region working to free the American hostages. Matt Gutman reporting. Here in the U.S. tonight was the water supply in parts of Pennsylvania targeted by Iran. The message about using equipment from Israel. Tonight, ABC News obtaining a new bulletin from state and federal officials on this and what they're now warning. Pierre Thomas standing by. The newly released images tonight, the deadly collision involving a bus with high school students. The state trooper inside the bus while it was still on fire. The memorial tonight for former First Lady Rosalynn Carter. Former President Jimmy Carter, now 99 and in hospice, right there for his childhood sweetheart and wife of 77 years. All 5 living First Ladies paying their respects. And the Carter's daughter, Amy Carter, and what she read in front of that church, and the tears. The remarkable rescue tonight, 41 construction workers trapped in a tunnel collapse for 17 days. The welcome news tonight on gas prices, and hard to believe, but what Dolly Parton just achieved. She had never done it before. And why she doesn't text. Her reason is hilarious.
From ABC News World Headquarters in New York, this is World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening. It is great to have you with us here on a Tuesday night. The new hostages released tonight, the images, but no Americans among them. So where are they being held? The CIA director in the region now. But we begin at home tonight with news of multiple pileups on the highways, whiteout conditions from Ohio to New York. The national Christmas tree in Washington coming down in the wind. The first major lake effect snow of the season, temperatures plunging for millions. This is Lake County, Ohio, you're looking at. More than a foot of snow and still coming down in some places. South of Cleveland tonight, nearly 24 vehicles involved in multiple pileups on Interstate 271 here, some with serious injuries. Nearly 2 feet of snow already north of Syracuse, New York. The plows working to keep up tonight. Planes in whiteout conditions at the airport. This is Rochester, New York. Passengers actually pulling suitcases through the snow. And tonight in Washington, D.C., wind gusts up to 40 miles an hour, bringing down the 40-foot-tall national Christmas tree. Tonight, the coldest air of the season is on the way to the Northeast, and freeze warnings at this hour all the way down south to Florida. Senior meteorologist Rob Marciano leading us off from Syracuse, New York tonight.
Tonight, the first major lake effect snow event of the season, bringing whiteout conditions from New York to Ohio. South of Cleveland, multiple pileups, one with serious injuries along I-271. Tractor trailers and other vehicles blocking the highway. And outside Buffalo, it didn't take long for these drivers to get stuck.
It's the 219 entrance. It's all messed up.
Snowfall rates above 2 inches an hour in places. Strong winds blowing the snow into huge drifts. North of Syracuse, some communities socked with nearly 2 feet of snow.
Snow removal operations have been in full swing all night and all day. Heavy equipment being brought into the snow zone, removing snow from Main Street and just getting it out of town.
Here in Pulaski, we met Michelle Hughes, shoveling outside her salon.
How heavy is this? I mean, you've been out here for a while. I mean, this is a workout, isn't it?
It is. It's quite heavy and it's sticking to my shovel.
The coldest air of the season, reaching Washington, D.C., with winds gusting up to 40 miles per hour, toppling the national Christmas tree. The 40-foot Norway spruce from West Virginia coming down just days ahead of Thursday's planned lighting ceremony.
That was just incredible late today. Let's get right back to Rob Marciano. He's live in Syracuse again tonight with the forecast these next 24 hours. Hey, Rob.
Hi, David. That lake effect snow band has shifted south back here into Syracuse. We've got a warning that's up until at least 7 o'clock this morning. Those streams continue to come off the lakes. Look at it on the radar. So we're going to get another few inches at least until this thing begins to wind down. The cold air, though, continues to dive south. We've got freeze warnings, as you mentioned, in the deep south, the low country of South Carolina, all the way to Tallahassee, Mobile, Baton Rouge as well. So that's some of the coldest stuff we've seen so far this year. Meanwhile, another system coming into the west. It's one pretty weak to start, but it gets into the plains and into southeast Texas and Louisiana Thursday Thursday, Friday, likely a severe weather threat then, and then quickly reaching into the Northeast on Friday. This mostly a warm weather storm, so folks seeing that as a positive. Also a positive, we're getting late word that the National Christmas tree is now back up, hopefully ready to be lit. David?
Already back up tonight, and the traffic there behind you slow going in Syracuse tonight again. Rob, thank you. Now to the other major news this Tuesday night and Israel's war with Hamas tonight. 12 more hostages released by Hamas in Gaza, now back in Israel. Right now, 1 day left in this temporary truce. 10 Israelis and 2 foreign nationals, no Americans among them today. In exchange, Israel releasing 30 more Palestinians from prisons there, families in the West Bank welcoming them home tonight. And we have learned this evening CIA Director Bill Burns is back in the region working to free the American hostages. And is there any chance this temporary truce could now be extended? ABC's Matt Gutman in Israel again tonight.
Tonight, Hamas militants walking each of those 12 hostages to the Red Cross, among them 17-year-old Mia Leenberg, seen here clutching her pet dog Bella, both surviving captivity together. Mia kidnapped along with her mother Gabriella, seen here tonight holding each other close. The women, at least one in a wheelchair, carefully loaded into those Red Cross vehicles, which then squeezed through crowds near Gaza's border with Egypt, then driven into Israel. In exchange, Israel releasing 30 more Palestinians from its jails. Notably missing again tonight, any Americans. The FBI believes 9 citizens are still in captivity in Gaza, including 2 women, and no word on where they're being held or which group is holding them. Tonight, CIA Director Bill Burns holding high-level talks in Qatar, pushing for a hostage deal, including Americans. In Israel, emotional reunions like Thomas Hand's hug of his daughter Emily, followed by the trauma. Tonight, Thomas telling CNN Emily cries herself to sleep and thought she was in captivity for a year.
The most shocking, disturbing part of the meeting was she was just whispering. Couldn't hear her. I had to put my ear on her lips, like this close, and say, "What did you say?" And I thought you were kidnapped. She didn't know what the hell happened apart from that morning. So she's presumed everyone's kidnapped or killed or slaughtered, or she had no idea.
In Tel Aviv tonight, a rally, balloons lofted skyward, demanding the release of the 2 youngest hostages, 10-month-old Kfir, 4-year-old Aviv, and their mother, Shiri Bibas, seen here being taken captive on October 7th. And like every hostage family, every night, Shiri's cousin Yafat Zayler Paz gets a call from the IDF telling her whether those babies are on the list.
And he calls me a few times a day, and I can't breathe. Even just to update on other things, and I can't breathe.
No one's seen or heard from them, but Yafat's still hopeful for their release. In the West Bank tonight, a jubilant homecoming for those newly released Palestinians. Our Ines de la Cutera is there.
You can see people here running to meet that bus down there, carrying the new group of Palestinian prisoners. This clearly feels like a giant celebration.
Teen brothers Qassam and Nasrallah, who served 17 months in an Israeli prison, released Sunday, accused of supporting terrorism, which they both deny. We sat down with them, Qassam saying he was only given 30 minutes notice before his release and remained in shock until the moment he arrived home.
And so let's bring back in Matt Gutman live in Tel Aviv again tonight. Matt, we know there are active talks underway tonight to extend this ceasefire to try to allow for the release of more hostages. And of course, a lot of questions still remain tonight about where the American hostages are and who's holding them. The FBI still believes that there are 9 U.S. citizens being held.
David, in those talks you mentioned in Doha, around the clock, CIA Director Burns is there. Secretary of State Blinken is headed to the region, and they're working to try to extend that ceasefire after it expires tomorrow, and hoping that some of the 9 American citizens the FBI still believes are being held in Gaza are included. Now, the White House saying it does not think that Hamas is trying to use those American citizens as leverage, but so far only a single American, that 4-year-old Abigail Adan, has been released, David.
Matt Gutman live in Tel Aviv. Matt, thank you. Meanwhile, here in the U.S., a new bulletin tonight amid this Israeli war. Tonight, there is new concern that Iranian-backed hackers might have targeted the water supply system near Pittsburgh. The ominous message sent about using equipment made by Israel. Here's our Chief Justice correspondent, Pierre Thomas, now.
Tonight, evidence that hackers with ties to Iran may be testing the American infrastructure for vulnerabilities. Officials at a small water utility site in Pennsylvania, just outside of Pittsburgh, noticed Friday night that a computer that helps control water pressure for 2 townships was malfunctioning. When they rebooted the system, this ominous message, highlighted in red, appeared on the screen, saying, "You have been hacked."
One strategy used by hacking groups is to start small, target a vulnerable location, and then use that to conduct additional cyber attacks in the future.
The group claiming responsibility called themselves Cyber Avengers, saying they were attacking because the water utility used equipment made in Israel.
It's mind-blowing. I would have never, in a million years, would have never thought that we could be involved in that.
Utility officials say the hack did not impact the main computer network, and at no time was water quality or supply at risk. But tonight, ABC News obtaining this bulletin from state and federal officials warning that this form of attack has the potential to target any critical infrastructure in our area. David, tonight those Iranian-backed hackers are warning that any American utility using Israeli products is fair game and could be targeted.
Pierre Thomas reporting. Pierre, thank you. Tonight from Ohio, the harrowing police images just released after that deadly collision involving a bus with high school students. The state trooper inside the bus while it was still on fire. Here's Alex Perez.
New video tonight from the Ohio State Highway Patrol showing the chaotic and heart-pounding moments just outside Columbus shortly after a charter bus carrying high school band students was struck and burst into flames.
Come on, let's get out!
One officer sprinting into action, grabbing a fire extinguisher from his cruiser.
Anyone!
Helping to pull one victim from an SUV, then rushing onto that still-burning bus, searching for survivors.
What about the driver there? Anyone in there? I have no idea. I got here and it already happened.
In all, 6 killed, 3 students and 3 chaperones who were in a different vehicle.
Broken leg, couple broken ankles.
Students' belongings scattered everywhere in the aftermath of the crash November 14th. And just today, investigators releasing a report detailing what triggered the crash, a chain reaction they believe set off when a semi struck an SUV and then slammed into the bus.
And David, tests show the driver of that semi-truck did not have drugs or alcohol in his system. The NTSB is investigating this crash. David?
Alex Perez reporting for us tonight. Thank you, Alex. We turn now to the race for the White House, and tonight the very influential conservative group Americans for Prosperity Action are now putting tens of millions behind a Republican candidate who is trying to beat Donald Trump for the nomination, Nikki Haley. Here's Rachel Scott.
Tonight, a Republican powerhouse, the political organization founded by the billionaire Koch brothers, throwing its support behind former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley as the strongest GOP alternative to Donald Trump.
It's our time to turn the page and choose a new leader who will unite our party, our nation. That proven leader, Nikki Haley.
The group Americans for Prosperity Action announcing its endorsement just 7 weeks before the first votes are cast, insisting Haley would boost Republican candidates up and down the ballot, winning the key independent and moderate voters that Trump has no chance to win. They've already raised $70 million, money that could give Haley new momentum as she rises in the polls, and other candidates like Florida Governor Ron DeSantis slip.
We are now in second place in Iowa, second place in New Hampshire, and second place in South Carolina. We just have one more fellow we got to catch up to.
That fellow, of course, is Trump, who leads his Republican rivals by more than 40 points in national polls and dismisses Haley's chances.
She's going nowhere because she doesn't have what it takes.
But the former president himself is facing 91 criminal charges and will likely be on trial in March when the primary is in full swing.
And David, we should note the Koch network did not endorse a candidate in 2016. They did not endorse a candidate in 2020. But this time they say they're willing to go all in on the candidate they believe has the best chance of beating Donald Trump, David.
Rachel Scott covering this campaign for us. Rachel, thank you. We turn now to the very moving memorial today for former First Lady Rosalynn Carter. All 4 former First Ladies were there in Rosalynn Carter's honor. And the touching moment, former President Jimmy Carter arrived, now 99, in hospice, but determined to be there for his childhood sweetheart. Across his lap, a blanket with an image of Rosalynn. Tonight, the tearful moment, the Carter's daughter, Amy Carter, and what she read in front of that church. Here's Steve Osunsami.
at a church in Atlanta as they respectfully carried Mrs. Rosalynn Carter inside, the first row of pews filled with U.S. presidents past and present and every living former First Lady. And then quickly, the world got a rare look at a great American citizen, former President Jimmy Carter, who was in hospice care at home but refused to miss saying goodbye to his wife of 77 years. Sitting by his side, his son and daughter, they shared their love with kisses and beautiful stories about the woman he called Rose.
I will always love my mother. I will cherish how she and Dad raised her children. They've given us such a great example of how a couple should relate.
She was my grandmother first, and she was like everyone else's grandmother in a lot of ways. Almost all of her recipes call for mayonnaise, for example.
But tears fell across the church when their daughter read a letter the former president wrote about her mother 75 years ago while he was in the Navy.
My darling, every time I have ever been away from you, I have been thrilled when I returned to discover just how wonderful you are. While I am away, I try to convince myself that you really are not, could not be, as sweet and beautiful as I remember. But when I see you, I fall in love with you all over again. Does that seem strange to you? It doesn't to me. Goodbye, darling. Until tomorrow, Jimmy.
Rosalynn Carter's life and work took her to more than 120 countries. She co-founded the Carter Center, which has helped end diseases and build real hope around the world. And she will be buried at her home in South Georgia tomorrow. David.
Beautiful letter read by Amy Carter there. Steve, thank you again tonight. When we come back here, 41 construction workers trapped in a tunnel collapse for 17 days and what's now happened. And the news tonight on gas prices right here in the U.S. Tonight, the remarkable rescue in India. 41 construction workers trapped 17 days in a collapsed mountain tunnel, 650 feet from the entrance. Rescuers delivered food, oxygen through a pipe. They used heavy machines and dug by hand to get everyone out. Here in the U.S., gas prices sharply falling. AAA reporting tonight the price of gas has now gone down 60 days in a row, the longest streak in more than a year. The average now $3.25 a gallon, down 60 cents from September. When we come back, who's leaving Shark Tank? And what Dolly Parton just achieved. Hard to believe this is the first time, and it's something. To the Index, and we learned today the longtime trusted friend and business partner to Warren Buffett, investor Charlie Munger, has died. The vice chairman of Berkshire Hathaway, Buffett once said they met in 1959 and hit it off. Charlie Munger was 99. Mark Cuban is leaving Shark Tank. He says next season, the show's 16th season, will be his last. He says he loves the show but wants to spend more time with his teenage children before they leave for school. We'll miss him. When we come back tonight, what Dolly Parton just achieved with your help. And she's not going to text about it. Finally tonight here, there's no stopping Dolly Parton. Tonight, Dolly Parton at 77, achieving something she's never done before. Her new album, Rockstar, just became her highest charting album ever.
I grew up loving Elvis and Wildman Jerry Lee. Chuck Berry and Little Richard, they all cast a spell on me.
Dolly was inspired to release her rock album after getting inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I figure if I'm gonna be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I'm gonna have to earn it.
Over Thanksgiving, performing with the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders at the halftime show. Now she is the champion. After more than 5 decades, nearly 50 studio albums, 10 Grammys, Dolly's new album now debuting at the #3 spot on the Billboard charts. But don't expect Dolly to text you about this big achievement. She says she's old-fashioned when it comes to texting.
I don't text because I don't want to have to answer. If somebody calls me, I'll answer if I want to talk to them, or I'll call them back when I can. Otherwise, I got too much to think about than to clutter my mind up with everything else. I'm certainly not a stupid person. I could learn it if I wanted to, but I'd rather just have my fax machine. I just don't have time to just sit with my face in the phone all day.
She's not a texter, but tonight she is a rock star. Dolly Parton forever. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
Thank you for making World News Tonight with David Muir, America's most watched newscast.